So you have a Florida lawn. What do you do if you have these massive oak trees in your yard? You don't want to get rid of these beautiful live oak trees. This is what makes Florida, Florida. The bearded oaks are one of the things that Florida is known for. So we don't want to get rid of the oak trees, but we want a lawn. We want a lawn that looks good and it's somewhat easy to maintain. So what do we do when we have a lawn like this one right here, one of my clients, where you want St. Augustine grass to grow, but you don't get a lot of sun? You can see right here, this is the middle of the day. You can see the pockets of sunlight that are making it through and the areas that don't. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So in the Central Florida area, we have a lot of lawns, especially in established neighborhoods like this one, where you have large oak trees that are shading large portions of the yard. And the question is, how do you maintain something like this? You know, it's such a large swath of the lawn that gets so much shade. What do you do to maintain this? And I'll be honest, people who have a shaded lawn, and I have to include myself as well because I have a front yard that is both shade and sun. I'll talk about that at a later time. But there's certain things you need to know about a shade lawn. Number one, because the wavelengths of light are longer in shade than in sun, your grass has to reach for them. And the fact that the grass has to reach for these wavelengths of light coming through the trees that are filtered through the leaves is that grass can get long and spindly versus a lawn like out near that strip area out there that's nice and full and thick. It gets, you know, it gets 7 to 9 hours of sunlight every day in the summertime, maybe even more than that. So it's always getting enough nourishment through the leaves, through photosynthesis, and can grow very thick. But as you get into a shade lawn like this one, there's areas of the lawn that, let's just say, don't quite grow as thick as some of the areas in the full sun. There's a distinct advantage for people who have a full sun lawn, but it doesn't mean you can't have and maintain a lawn that's in shade. The first thing I do when I'm treating my clients' lawns that are in shade areas like this, and it looks like he needs to mow. Starting to see globe sedge heads here. That's not good. The first thing you need to know though is root system strength is very important in shade, much more or is equally as important as lawns that are in full sun. So what's that mean? What that means exactly is you have to give more attention when you're feeding your lawn to that last number in your fertilizer, the potash or potassium. Potassium is what you want to put in to a lawn for lawn root growth. Doesn't really do much for the tops. That's what your nitrogen's for, is to push out growth at the top. But phosphorus can help with root growth as well sometimes, but the state of Florida is one big pile of phosphorus. We don't really need it in our soil. It's everywhere. And due to fertilizer regulations, phosphorus is restricted in what they put in fertilizer formulations for lawns because of the problem of it leaching into our waterways. And officials are worried about that, and rightly so. But phosphorus has a place in our lawn as well, which I'll talk about in another video. But for today, just know that if you have a shade lawn, it's very important to feed that root system. Building up your root system is very important in a shade lawn because it's not getting the light that it needs. Lawns that survive and are successful in shade are lawns that have a very strong root system. If I was to go right here into this lawn right here and pull on this grass, I can tell you for a fact that it's going to pull up very easily. If you look at the roots of this stolon right here, they're actually pretty good. About 3 to 4 inches is what most grass root systems grow to. Some areas in the sun, you can get 6 to 8 inches of roots to grow in St. Augustine turf, which makes it very resilient, especially during hot times and drought times in Florida lawns these days. And with all the sand, easily dries out during drought seasons. It's nice to know you have a nice strong root system. So your entire lawn needs potassium for that strong root system. But in shade, it's even more important, because these tiny grass roots in this lawn, this one I've been feeding for a long time. Look at all the nice fresh roots coming off this. That's a good sign. That means the root system's growing and it's doing well. But if you have a lawn that's very thin, the problem it usually is very thin is because of two reasons. One, it's getting overwatered. The lawn has to be able to dry out. That's the reason St. Augustine grass does so well in Florida, is because the sand that it grows in filters and drains so well. Think of it like a potted plant at home. When you have a potted plant at home, do you have a drain hole in the bottom of it? Some plants have to have that drain hole. They have to be able to dry out a period of time, and they can't be sitting in water. If a root system like this is sitting in water, you're basically strangling and drowning these root systems. And I'm like, you're saying, well, wait a minute, how do you drown a root system? Well, it's real simple. Roots coming from turf grass, they have to have a combination of air and water. And if either one of them is overbalanced, if you have too much air in the soil and not enough water, what happens? The lawn dries out. The same goes for water. If you have too much water, waterlogging the root system, it literally is choking off and smothering the root system. It's not allowing the oxygen to get up and mix into the soil in order for soil chemistry to work to feed this plant. And if you strangle these roots right here, I don't care how much water you have sitting down here, if the roots aren't going to take it up to the shoots, the stolons, and the leaves, then it might as well just dry up and die. And a lot of times, fungus is kind of what happens when a lawn sits in too much water and isn't well drained. In fact, in Florida, a lot of people don't know this, but aeration, soil aeration, is actually pretty important. People who soil aerate their yards have a distinct advantage, especially in shade lawns like this. Whenever I aerate a yard, I immediately feed it with a balanced fertilizer, but I make sure that it has strong potassium in it, because that potassium goes right down on those little cores of soil that I take out, and it's like injecting a hypodermic needle and going right to the roots of this turf and feeding it, getting that root system stronger. So the takeaway for this video is, if you have a shade lawn, make sure you're giving it plenty of potassium. Nitrogen is important too. You need to have it grow, but if your root system doesn't grow as fast or at the same rate as your top growth, then you're going to have all kinds of problems. Disease is just the end result of a lawn that has a deficiency in either sunlight, root growth, or too much water. And that's the reason why lawns thin out in Florida that are under these beautiful live oak trees above you here. And you notice this client also has done very well in trimming up all of your lower branches of your oak trees here. This beautiful bunch of live oaks right here. It looks gorgeous because everything has been brought up to the top canopies. That's very important if you want to try to grow a lawn in Florida. Now, other types of oak trees like this water oak or this laurel oak right here on the strip out there, you can see all these lower roots right here. These lower branches from this tree that aren't trimmed up like this tree is. These lower branches are what robs light to your immediate lawn below. If you look below that tree, look how much shade is underneath that tree. There's not any sun filtering through those leaves. That's because of those lower branches. Look how thick and dense they are right there. And add the lichen, add the bearded oaks to it, and it adds even more shade and that the light just can't penetrate. But if you notice this lawn, because the roots, because of the live oak trees have been trimmed up, the canopies have been brought up to the very top of the tree, you can see you're getting a lot more filtered light through this lawn. And every little bit counts when you want to try to grow turf in a shade environment.
Hey, if you want to learn more from my experiences taking care of my clients' lawns and landscapes, hit that like button and subscribe, or check out this video right here. And I'll see you in the next one.